Eric Greitens, Navy SEAL, and today we're going rhino hunting. The rhino feeds on corruption and is marked by the stripes of cowardice. Join the MAGA crew, get a rhino hunting permit. There's no bagging limit, no tagging limit, and it doesn't expire until we save our country.
Okay, so that is Eric Greitens, who is a current Republican candidate for Senate, former governor of Missouri before he resigned in disgrace for a number of different scandals that we will talk about soon. You've heard about them before on the network. And now, Francesca, we get to be in the fun position of saying that we get that he knows everything about what he just did. It is not on us to say, hey, did you realize that in saying that he's gonna hunt for rhinos, Republicans in name only, he's using violent imagery amidst a time in his party where there's an increasing normalization and a thirst for political violence. And so he seems to be encouraging people to violently attack or possibly kill Republicans that he doesn't agree with, except that he knows literally all of that. He knows exactly why he did everything in that ad. Holding the shotgun himself, throwing in a flashbang, identifying himself as a SEAL, which he's not supposed to do in official campaign advertisements, having a bunch of people in tactical gear, and encouraging people to sign up and hunt rhinos themselves. It is absolutely disgusting, Francesca, and it'll probably make him more popular, I would imagine, inside of his own party.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Republican on Republican violence is something we need to be investigating more and talking about, and we don't ever talk about it in the mainstream media. So I'm just like, well, I'm glad it's not socialists for now, but it is so Simpsons to have like a smiley politician be like, hey guys, I'm out here hunting rhinos. That means people. That's right. I'm advocating shooting people. Anyway, in my campaign, like it's just so like bizarre and satirical that you're like, this has to be an utter joke. And yet that's where we're headed, because their milky brained base sees that and is like, oh yeah, we should hunt rhinos. Like, yep. I know.
They're gonna love that. It was closing in on 1 million views just this morning. Like the right is gonna absolutely eat it up.
I don't know if they know that he means Republican in name only. I'm not, or if like they're actually gonna go try and find rhinoceroses.
I mean, some of them do. That is a thing that those on the right do. I know. I think most of his target audience are well aware of what he is saying there. By the way, I also love that he inadvertently, like he gets a lot accurate. As people are pointing out, they didn't try to knock on the door; they just knocked it down. That reads for when law enforcement breaks in. It's literally an empty room, and yet before even looking, they throw a flashbang in. That's how you end up killing pets and kids, as cops have in the past. They run a bunch of people in there. Eric Greitens, despite being surrounded by people wearing full body armor and helmets, like a doink, just runs in there with no helmet whatsoever. Probably would have been taken out first. There's a lot that's actually accurate about how stupid law enforcement can be. But I do want to challenge Eric Greitens because I know that you think, look how bold and aggressive and daring you're being by using this imagery. But I would ask you this, which rhino do you want to hunt? Which Republican in name only do you want to use your guns against, metaphorically or literally? Why are you being a wuss who refuses to identify a single person? Why are you speaking so vaguely? We know you're thinking of people. You want your base to think of particular people. They might be current sitting senators. Which current Republican senator do you want to be killed? Why are you being such a coward and not identifying it? But anyway, the ad has already been taken off of Facebook. It's still, as far as I could see, live on Twitter, and it's probably all up on YouTube. It is clearly encouraging violence. And by the way, understand the context here. We're having a renewed national conversation about whether Donald Trump encouraged a violent mob to murder the Republican vice president because he's a rhino. He wasn't willing to do what the MAGA movement wanted. And this guy says, no, I need to get on this. So again, Trump did this. There were no consequences. What did we say would happen if there were no consequences? More people would do it. And here you go, more people are doing it. And if you think that's the last ad like that you'll get out of Eric Greitens or other people, you're out of your mind. No, Sophie, I gotta tell people really fast. I got it. Eric Greitens, by the way, resigned in 2018. He's had a number of scandals. One involved the allegations from a woman, his former hairstylist, who said that during a 2015 affair, he tied her to pull-up rings in his basement, tore her clothes, forced her to perform oral sex to release her so that she could go to work, and took nude photos of her to use potentially for blackmail. Now, these are just allegations at this point, but that's your guy. That's your guy. She says that she has photo proof of this, by the way, but nobody seems to be investigating at this point.
50
Anyway,
Shades of
disgusting.
Here, can I just say,
100%. Yeah,
I'm so tired of I'm tired of predators and men. She was your girl. Weren't you having an affair with her? Couldn't that have been consensual? Couldn't that have been decided upon? But no, now she's speaking out about it. There's so many creeps out there. It's so disgusting that anyway, I digress. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We got to.
By the way, he's had other ads where he just fires guns, and that's not unique. Basically, every Republican does. Every one of them, by the way, if they saw that being done by politicians in another country, would absolutely lose their minds. They would pee their pants. They'd be inconsolable. But that's all they have, and why wouldn't they? If you're not just shooting a gun in your ad, you might have to actually talk about a policy, and they can't have that.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.